Alright guys, listen. Hear the noise campaign? Because I'm leaving. You know, they try to get me to stay. Alright, trying to use subliminal threats of the police. I want you guys to listen. Anyhow, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual program, Target Individual Experience. And, you know, it's unbelievable what's happening. But when I get downstairs, I'll discuss more of it. All right, so, yeah, so they trying to get me to stay. All of a sudden, she always tells me stuff last minute, and this is what I'm not going to tolerate anymore from her. You know, oh, I got to get to work early tomorrow, so can you stay? Oh, listen, I said, she's fine, she can go to school tomorrow. You know, oh, but she should stay home, Harry. I said, okay, I'll just be back early in the morning, that's all. I've done it before. You know, here's the thing though, when I've done it before, she had an issue with it, right? But now she doesn't. You know, again, it's like, and I keep telling her, I said, you know, and then she wanted to talk about, you know, yesterday. And she's like, oh, the doctor was right there. And the doctor was like, well, you know, I was right here when you told him. I said, Pamela, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Y'all will co-sign for each other. Okay? So don't play that game with me. Right? You know? So I was talking, you know, I was just telling her, she's like, I said, that was disrespectful to me. How was it disrespectful? Not disrespectful. I said, yeah, because you called me telling me that you have to go at your job for some, you know, one-day thing and one-day certification in Tennessee, and then you called me 2 hours later talking about, oh, I booked my flight and stuff for the 3 days in Pennsylvania, what have you. And I'm like, that's not what we just talked about. And she's like, well, I told you this months ago. I said, well, okay, if you told me this months ago, why are you waiting now to the week before? You couldn't come and say to me, here, you know what? Or call me and say, hey, you know what, Nigel? Well, credit department, yes. Fuck you. Okay, you're not going to intimidate me. All right. So I said, you know, if you had respected me, you know, you would have been like, hey, you know what, Nigel? You know, I don't know if you remember, but months ago I told you about this conference in Pennsylvania that my job wanted me to go to, what have you. You know, and is it okay if I book the flight? And I would have been like, okay, fine. I may not remember. It was fine. But the way how she did it was suspect. Okay? And like I said, knowing how these people are, how they use her to try to manipulate me into some subservient type of role while she go on. And I'm not saying that's the case. But, you know, I already told her, don't do stuff like that. You know, in terms of like, you know, you're not going to use me as a babysitter while you running around and going on vacation or with whoever it is that you see. That's not happening. You know, I said you got other family members, all right? You know, but the fact is that they're going to try to turn me into, you know, what I say I won't do, or make me do what I say I wouldn't do. I'm like, no, not doing it, right? And like I said, the way how she did that shit was shady as F. Was shady as F. And so, no. Nope. I know she got to go to Boston. I said, yes, I remember that one. I have a problem with that. That's fine. But that Pennsylvania one, I don't remember. And I know something about forgetting a lot of shit. You know, so she could have told me. But like I said, the way how she did it, you called me telling me about one thing, and then all of a sudden you call me back talking about how you booked your flight to Pennsylvania. You didn't call me back and say, okay, I booked my flight to Tennessee for the one-day conference. But you called me and told me, oh, I booked my flight to Pennsylvania. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know? It's like, I mean, it's a disrespect. And I told her, she's like, well, that's the way my brain works. I said, okay, and I'm supposed to accept that shit? But you want to accept the fact that that when I tell you that I'm a TI, a Twitter was targeted by the U.S. government, I'm a non-consensual human experimentation program victim, right? You didn't give me no support. But even though I'm going through what I'm going through, I still give you support. I'm still here. You see this? I get targeted. You guys see it. I explain to you guys what's going on, and I'm still here giving the support. And then I said to her, I said, it's funny, how, because I'm always telling you, don't ask for something that you can't give in return, right? But I still give you support, and you ask for it, and I give it to you. Okay? I do. All right? You know what I'm saying? And I said to her, I said, that was disrespectful. Oh no, I said, yes it is. I said, just as how when I was going to school, and I said to you, Pamela, I have class at 6 o'clock on, what was it? I can't remember what day, but it was 2 days out of the week. And I said, and you asked me to be here to pick up Alyssa from school and wait here to either come home. I help them with the homework, all that stuff. I said, that's fine. I said, but for those 2 days, you need to leave work so you can come home so I can be in my class and not be interrupted with the kids. And she said to me, fine. But I should have known better, because every time we try to make some type of arrangement, some type of compromise, she always renege. Always renege. Whenever she says, okay, we're going to do this, always renege. It's been like that throughout our relationship when we were together, and it continues to be like this in our the relationship that we have now. The not intimate, the co-parenting type thing. And I said, but you take advantage. Clearly you take advantage. I'm not taking advantage. I said, yes, you are. I said, you may not recognize it, but you do it by default. You do it by default. So when I brought the part about when I was going to school, in terms of, like I said, I was here, and all I just asked her for those 2 days that I had class that started at 6 o'clock, that she'd be here at 6:15 the latest. She was coming home at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Okay? While I'm in class, I had to go feed the kids. I had to leave and go feed the kids. Do all that stuff, right? I mean, and again, all that stress plus my targeting, was so bad, and with the remote monitoring and the headaches, that I never even went back to any of my classes. And she didn't care. She did not care, and I confronted. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you don't want nothing good for me. I said, I know that now. All throughout our relationship, you wanted. You don't have anything. It was all about you, what you wanted, right? Me, being with the kids, helping you to college, help you get a nursing degree. And then what happened if they got your nursing degree? Now you better than me. So now, you don't want to be in a relationship anymore. You want to start dating. And I said, fine. And for 2 years, I was there almost every single day doing the same thing. While she was dating whoever she was dating, coming home, giving me attitude and talking about, whenever I'm upset, it's never about anything that happened outside. It has to do with you. I said, no, it's not. Stop lying. No, it's not. That's what you like to tell yourself. But I said, every time you come home and you had a frustrating day or whoever frustrated you, you try to take it out of me. And I told you, I am not your whipping boy. And then she would be like, oh, look at this rat. Look at this big rat. And then she would be like, oh, I'm just having a bad day. I'm like, well, don't take that shit out on me. And she sit there, she like try to deny that shit. I said, come on, Pamela. You know that shit is true. Okay, like I said, I know. I told her, I said, I know you. She said, oh, you think you don't know me? I'm like, yes, I do know you. It's the men that you're sleeping with that don't know you. Okay? They know the fun Pamela, the Pamela that they can take out, have dates with, and then go take it to a hotel or wherever and go screw, and that's it. And you don't hear from them till they're ready to see you again. Okay? That's how they've conditioned you, right? Because they try to give they'll try to give you what you want, right? So you don't want to be in a relationship with anybody, because then they get to see for who you are. So you rather have me, baby daddy, coming over, taking care of the kids, cooking, doing laundry, all that stuff, and then you go with whoever, have a fun day, go to a party, or you get your back blown, and then come back and yeah, it's okay. That's fine. That's what you want, right? That's how they got you conditioned. That's how they got you programmed, because they gave you a position at the hospital. You're making good money. You're working with all these white doctors, and they tell you all kind of shit that they won't even do, right? They wouldn't break up their family, right? In the manner in which they told you to do, right? They are respectful. The husband are respectful of their wives, and the wives are respectful of their husbands. Okay? But they got you saying such and such. First of all, they should know we're not in a relationship. Okay? Because I tell you what, the shit that I go through, they won't put up with it. The men at your job, the white guys at your job, they would not put up with that shit. Okay? And the white woman at your job, they're telling that shit because they're yeah, whatever. And the woman at your job, they'll tell you lies. This is what white women do to black women in the workplace. To get you guys to destroy your home and destroy your family, okay? While they're doing what they tell you not to do at home. Okay? Come on now. Stop being so, our women have become so gullible. But again, like I said, I understand. So I don't really blame them, and I can't really get upset. I don't get upset. I may get frustrated, but that's it. And it's because I understand and I know what's going on. And I try to educate her and tell her these things, but she don't want to listen. When it comes to no courtesy. And I said, even when you were going out and you asked me to watch the kids, and I said, fine. What time are you coming home? Okay, because I need to go home. What happened? I won't hear from you. Hour later, I'll call you. Hour and a half, 2 hours later, you'll come home and you'll tell me, well, I wasn't thinking about you. I was having, so much fun. I wasn't thinking about you. You were the last thing on my mind. The last person thing about my mind. And you're going to tell me that that's not just being disrespectful? Like, she literally tried to tell me that she was not being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to laugh at this shit. But, like I said, listen, we all have a issue. We all have a psychological issue because of what's being done to us. And I understand that. So I'm not going to, hold that against her too much. But I will let her know, yeah, you were wrong. And and the thing is that they've gotten these women to think that, if they apologize to us for the shit that they do, see, they want us to apologize to them for the shit that we do. But the shit that they do, they will never apologize to us. Why? Because the false power dynamics, right, which is being psychologically indoctrinated into their mind, won't allow them to. Won't allow them to. Okay? Because once we start feeling empathy towards each other, once we start being concerned about each other, then white people understand that they will no longer be able to abuse us and separate us the way they've been doing. Okay? They know this. They know that. This is why they have to take away our love for each other. They have to manipulate us. They have to set us up. They have to put us against each other. Right? Because they don't want us to love each other the way how they love themselves and the way how they love each other and they love their children, that they're willing to put us at a disadvantage and our children at a disadvantage. And we walk around here as if, that we don't know these things, that we don't see these things. But we're too busy trying to hurt each other, right? And we live off and we feed off of the dysfunction, and we're in love with the dysfunction and the lie. Right? So they got us thinking backwards, and we operate in a backward capacity we think is normal, but it's not. Because any other community don't operate like that. And that's why those communities are much more successful, and their children have better future outcomes than our children. So it's time for us to wake up and understand what's going on. Anyway, talk to you guys in the next video.